Hello there, everyone. Hope you're doing fabulously well. My name is Emily. We are in the world of MSFS today. We're flying home for Christmas, as the stream says. I've got a bit of a cough, which I apologise for in advance, I guess. But we are going to be sorting from... Oh, hello, what have I done there? Oh, just a box that you can't actually see anyway. As you can see, we're here in... What's going on? Thank you. In MSFS. We've got the A321. It's morning time and we're here at Newcastle. The reason I'm hiding it is that Embraer E2 for some reason buried its face in the terminal building. E190, E2, sorry. And so is that Saab. You can see Newcastle International Airport. You can just about read it there. Well, I can. I don't know if you can with compression and stuff going on. Oh. Okay, I was going to have a look at that Embraer that just taxied in, but he's disappeared. Golf uniforms, Zulu Mike Golf today is what we're flying, the A321. This is the INI builds one that comes with 2024. We're flying in the A321LR here from Newcastle over to Prague. Well, actually, no, to Ostrava in the Czech Republic. The reason for that is, as the stream title says, we're flying home for Christmas. My two homes are Newcastle in the UK, which is where we're at the moment. I'm actually currently located sort of 5 miles that way. And my other home, my maternal home, shall we say, well, this is where, at least it's where my mum lives, is in Czechia, in the Czech Republic, sorry, in Ostrava, in Czechia. For those of you playing along, that is obviously a Central European country, which we quite enjoy. And it's where my mum's side of the family came from. So I, as you guys know, obviously I speak... Oh, got a heart I need to give for a comment there. I speak both lingos. So what I was actually looking for was my channel. I'm just making sure this is basically going live. Yes, it is. Happy days. I'm going to change the title ever so slightly. What's this stream hangout for? What's this stream for tonight? Well, it's for those of you who, perhaps, a bit like me, aren't really feeling Christmassy that much this year and just want somewhere to hang out, chat shit, agree that the world's not the best of places at the moment, and we'll take it from there. I want nose wheel. I'm just doing the one thing I promised myself I'd do. That's fine. So the A321, and there's a video coming out in the new year of the A330 Beluga. I have massive issues taxiing it because you need a separate axis bound for the nose wheel steering versus the rudder. I wish there was a way to have two axes bound to one control, quite frankly, because it's an axis that not many of us will have, and it's just a pain in the butt. But anyway, we fixed it now. So I'm going to use SimBrief. I'm going to get a flight plan knocked together. I use SimBrief for a lot of my stuff now. I'm using SimBrief more and more. I've actually paid for it now and everything. We are doing EGNT to LKMT. A321LR today we're flying, which is the A321N as far as this game's concerned. Or this sim's concerned. So we fly basically straight line out to Topa. We then fly pretty much over the top of Amsterdam, to be fair. Yeah, right over the top of Amsterdam. Down over Münster, Göttingen, down between sort of Leipzig and Gara, if that means anything to you Germans in the chat. We then via south of Pikib to Marem, and from Marem we come in over Ústí nad Labem, venture into Poland ever so slightly, and we approach Ostrava from the north, over again the Polish border at Kiec and Krzyżanowice, and sort of Opawa into Czech airspace. And I'm going to try and land in from the east because we do want to overfly downtown Ostrava today and make some noise for the Famalamanam Ding Dongs. So, who are obviously over there right now. We're going to generate the flight, and I'm going to hop into the cockpit so we can start getting things prepared. I hope you guys are having a good day. Oh, it's so much nicer in here not having that of the APU going constantly in the background. So our air time's going to be 2 hours and 7 minutes, block time for 2 hours 35 minutes. On the current AirX, perfect. So, what was I looking for in here? GSX menu, please. We'll request boarding, yeah. And then we can start here. So, I want to view my PDF of my OFP because I understand that format better than I do anything else here. So we want 7.5 tons of El Gasolinas. So fuel, we want 7.5 tons, which is what we're at. I'm going to put us up to 8 tons just for a bit of margin for me being new to this for the first time in a while. Check our payloads. Our cargo is going to be at 3.7 tons. There we go, 3.612. And we're taking 153 passengers with us today. Flying home for Christmas. Fun fact for you, that song's actually Chris Rea, sorry. And we'll do instant loading, please. That was him basically saying, a bit of an FU to his record label, who decided that who told him that they weren't paying for a train ticket for him to come home from London for Christmas. I'll just clear all that out. Inish page, I'm going to go EGNT / not yet. Yeah, sure, why not? Pilot's getting on first for some reason. To Praha, no, it's Praha, I want Lokomotiv. And we are flying to the flying partners motion of scenery that we used for my MiG-15 story, sorry. Why am I using the easy livery? 15 Charlie. Cost index is going to be 51 today. And our cruise level is 370. It actually wants us to drop down entering thingy airspace, which we're not doing today. We're going to stay at 370 all the way. Flight plan. Departure. I think they're flying off 25N today at Newcastle. We'll double check. Yeah, I can see Shuttle 12 Quebec on approach to Newcastle now. It's an A320, and it's coming down the approach path on a 2.5. So we'll do 2.5 and do a Gully 1 Yankee. So these are the SIDS that came to Newcastle just pre-COVID, which are quite fun. And then we are going to be, we'll go direct to Rokan. No. And then from Rokan, okay, we do the insert and go Rokan Airways, and we're in November 97 airway to oh. In which case I'm just going to do some direct twos here. Because it's only single points, so we'll just go Topper. From Topper, it's Amgod. It's just quicker to input it this way because we're doing so few airways. I love the fact that it clears that message as well, so just force you to retype it as a punishment. It works though. From Amgod, it's Monil. I'm only doing it this way because it's fewer clicks. From Monil, it's Petek. From there, it's Pam, which is the Pampas VOR. Not Pan, Pam. Not Ham, Pam. God damn it. Shit. And then it's Nika. And we got the Nika, we got an airway there for a little while, which we'll use. So this is how we do it. Nika. Then from Nika, we're going to do an airway. And that airway will be the Lima 620 airway. And that's going to take us all the way. This is like, I've scrolled on 2 pages now. Yeah, so we get a couple of skips between places there to the end of the star, basically, which is Marem. Well, it was a direct 2 from there, so it's fine. Do M-A-R-E-M. This is the bit I hope it works. Fuck. Oh yeah, no, you're right, it's Pikib. See, this is the airplane keeping me right. Insert. So we've now got all of that installed. So bear in mind, everything with Lima 620, we've just plugged in using that one short command. And then it's going to be direct to Marem, and that is our last waypoint before the star, which will take us into Ostrava. So I'm going to quickly do my rad now, which is going to be treble 1, decimal 5 on a course of 248 degrees. Why am I plugging an ILS frequency and I hear you cry? It is simple. The reason for that is in case we have an issue and we have to come back, we can just come straight down the ILS. But it's not letting me plug that in for some reason, which is always nice to it. Nice of it. There we go, that'll do, and we'll do 248 for the course. It just gives us one less thing to do. Performance today on the aircraft, we'll do that using our weights. So I'm going to go back to the initial page. We've got the second page here. Now that we've got loaded, we've got our final load sheet, which gives us a 66-ton ZFW and a ZFW CG, which I want to grab from this because this is more accurate, will be 30.7. And our fuel load on the sortie today, like we said, I mean, we'll check how much fuel is actually in the aircraft. 8.0, so we'll just do 8. There we go, and that's our fuel predictions now plugged in. Now the aircraft knows how heavy it is now. And we'll do 53 degrees for our flex temp. Actually, no, we'll just clear that out for now. And we'll let it do its own calculation when we do our performance. So we're doing 2.5, we'll just sync it with the same weather. Yeah, so 260 at 13, absolutely fine. 12 degrees, it's a lovely day in Newcastle, actually. 1018 hectopascals, thank you for that weather tidbit. hectopascals. All screens are correct. FMG C0 fuel ZFW ZF. I've confirmed them, so if I just do clear, that'll make that go away, hopefully. Right, we'll calculate our takeoff performance now. So V1, 132, 134, 138. I'm doing flaps 1 plus F with a flex of 48 degrees. So 48, 1 slash, and I didn't catch anything else there. So it's 132, 134, 138, 132, 134, 138. 132, 134, 138. There we go. And that is the aircraft now ready for takeoff. What we'll do is we're now plugged in, all the passengers are on board. So really all we need to do now is get ready for takeoff. We are going to be cleared to push out when we're ready, basically. So we're on APU power already, which is good. We'll get the doors closed since we're now ready to load and go. So we'll go open up GSX again. And we'll do prepare for pushback and departure. Departure clearance is requested. What's our clearance, Clarence? It wants me to close the doors. Oh, the doors close themselves. Happy days. So the chock's been pulled, which is good. We're on AP. Oh no, the chock is still in. We need to make sure those chocks get pulled. Go back inside and do that now. I'm not ignoring the chat at the moment. If anyone is there, no, you're not. Roger. We'll just get the chocks pulled. We're going to confirm parking brake is on, which it is. We'll do our ground connections, and the last thing to do is remove the chocks. And yeah, all the doors are closed and locked. So we'll put our takeoff state on there. That's just going to help me with any stuff I may need. Okay. What we'll do is, in preparation for departure, we're going to turn our beacon lights on and our seatbelt signs on. And we'll set the no smoking signs to auto. Those should have been auto regardless. Auto. I feel like I sound like Snake from The Simpsons. Da, 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 da. Okay. Liking the gear. 3900 will set us our first altitude restrictions, so we'll just plug that in. There we go. Everything else is basically set on that screen. I'll do 20 miles from a range as well on the nose, just gives us a bit more view. And I'm going to do nose to the right, tail to the left, I think, is probably the best way to aim me. Because basically we're on the corner here, so I may have to just flip a U-turn in the taxiway. Because we are sort of there. And I'm hoping it puts us on this bit. But it might just like stick us randomly like there, and I'm like, come on, game. Don't do me like that. I have. No, I have, you wench. Right, I'm going to put them on then. Sod you. Right. Is it just that there's no pressure? No, the brakes pressure's dropped out, right? That's just... Yeah, stand by. We've got a hydraulic problem. So I'm going to turn those two. Just put those... No. Yeah, we'll just leave those in there. Shut the fuck up. Your pump should be running. PTU is in auto, so that should be kicking in if it needs hydraulic pressure. Right, yes. Right, we're going to interrupt the push and we'll just... yeah. Do a run push out, I guess. There we go. Cancel GSX. It's decided I've not reached my brakes, even though I clearly quite... Oh no, the chock was set. Even though I told it to remove the chocks. Thanks, game! Let's just see if I brought Kutar back, if it would do the push and start. Do I actually need to just go... I need to control F12 there. That's an old keybind. I've not played P3D in years. Yep. That's what it was. Push me out and start me. You gotta push me out. Huh. So it's not actually set the chocks. It's not set anything else in this time. It's going to push us out when it's ready. I will be honest, I'm slightly concerned about arrival into Ostrava. I know, for those of you checking along at home, LKMT is Moshnov, but I genuinely don't care. It's Ostrava Moshnov Airport. It's like saying like Gatwick versus London. It's no biggie. And no people have heard of Gatwick, no one's actually heard of Moshnov. Like it's literally the equivalent of like, oh, Stansted's a place, not just a thingy. Yeah. That's sad. Need to update that. He's doing his departure checks. I'm going to wait until we start moving and I'll start one of my engines and I'll start the other during the taxi. See Richard there, Dad Rail, playing Blade and Sorcery. Might be one of his sons, to be fair. I think they share a Steam account, which is insane. I would not trust anyone with my Steam account. It's worth thousands. I guess we can do our announcement. Hi there, folks, from the flight deck. It's the captain speaking. We are currently on the ground here at Newcastle. I'm getting off to Ostrava today. We're not going to Prague. We're going to Ostrava Moshnov Airport. Total time on route around 2 hours 35 minutes today. We are expecting a flight time for 2005, so probably get there a little bit quicker. Get you guys home for Christmas, hopefully on time and in some comfort. Oh, snapping our pushback so well. Like we'll start spinning the fans and pushing some service down the aisles and some scenery past the windows. I still need to do that announcement on the train one day. I did the what do you call it? The all throughout the house. It was like all the stockings were hung and all that. The Night Before Christmas poem, which is actually a visit from St. Nick according to the googling I had to do to find the script for that, because I don't know it offhand. Yeah, you can see we're doing some contortionism coming off stand with the push out process. To clarify, throttles are on idle. Where he's walking makes me really anxious. The thing is, like where he's walking, I wish he was walking near to my aircraft so we could actually see him. So if he gives us the figure of 8 and points down, that means engine. So if he gives finger 8 and points to an engine, that means engine fire. That I'd appreciate that, but I've not got it with him. So yeah, he's just too far back, and he's risking getting sucked down by engine when he walks back up because he probably hasn't heard it starting. Or worst case scenario, yeah, it'll dump me in this bit here, won't it? What we can do is pull forward and do a U-turn in this area because we've got quite a bit of open space. I miss aviation, man, like in real life. Just having a look at flight radar. We've got a DHL flying home from Edinburgh to Leipzig. Actually, no, it's flying out. It's outbound. Probably going to fly to Leipzig, unload, load, and then fly to East Mids and end the day there. You've got TUI on its way home from Tenerife to Stockholm, Arlanda. We've got Cargo Lux on the way to Luxembourg around me at the moment, and LOT on their way to Warsaw, but it's a leasing, it's a Euro Atlantic. That's interesting. Wet lease aircraft. Sir? Are you feeling okay, Mr. Neo? Yeah, it's jumped me in the worst place I possibly could have, but oh well. We'll just give the thumbs up and get him out of here so that we can get him disconnected and go and do our own thing. That is off for a reason, don't worry. It's basically, it should have been off for the push, to be honest. We'll just leave it on. There we go. Wait for him to disconnect himself. I didn't start the beacons, did I? Well, that's embarrassing. Can you tell I've not done this for a while? No, the beacons are on. I did it. Oh, nav lights should be on also. Oh well. Open the crossbreed valve just to be safe. See the tug disappear off back towards the stand. Okay. So we'll start that start cycle. I'm going to turn that off because I don't need that. I'll probably turn that up, put that back at altitude, like get the blind up, the sunshade. He just walks so slowly, doesn't he? He's got the flags though, so he's showing he's pulled the pins. Our aircraft agrees with him. Yep, thumbs up. See you later. Don't just stand there, you Wally. Okay, you're waving back now. Please leave so I can taxi off. Have a good trip, you too. Thing is, the position he's in, he thinks he's off at... he should be there in relation to me, which is fair. See what I mean? As soon as you ban nose wheel steering, that starts moving. And look at the level, like... You're supposed to taxi in a straight line for 30 metres after you get disconnected off the tug to remove like any torsions and stuff from the landing gears. Just not an option for us. We'll taxi off in a straight line up here though. There we go. And we're just going to zoom in slightly. We're going to aim for like 20 knots and then we'll go to idle. And then, yeah, the second engine's now started, so got 2 good starts. We'll put our ignition switches to normal. Deploy 1 lump of flap, which is flaps to config 1. And there you go. Now, what I'll do is I'll turn the APU bleed off. We'll set the cross-bleed valve to auto. The crew are doing their takeoff brief, or their safety briefing down the back. Oh, hello. There is actually a 6:30 departure, so it's just airborne from Leeds Bradford. And they're on their way to Bucharest and they land just before midnight. But no, so for those of you in the comments, I guess, because no one's in the chat right now. This is my Christmas epitomised, right? Just on my own. No one's here. Guys, come have Christmas with me. Guys, I'm so lonely. That voice actually works really well. Just do tap for the toe brakes. Happy days. And YouTube Studio. TSRS. That's a shame that's not doing as well, but to be fair, it's got some good videos out in front of it, so I don't blame it. It's when you, as I'm looking at my YouTube analytics at the moment, and I've got some really good MSFS and some really good C power in front of the video that's just released today. So it's doing 7 out of 10 on the performance front, which isn't the best, but I get it, basically, is what I'm trying to say at this point. I get it. Can I share this? Yes. I'm going to share it around some servers I'm in. Promote. Oh, hello! I missed that. This is why you pay attention during the taxi process. We'll just pop the aircraft here. And I'm going to taxi forward. Stop. And we'll just wait for the brakes to fully apply. Thank you. And I'm going to arm the speed brakes. Our auto brakes are going to get set to max. Cabin signs are checked. And takeoff config will be tested. Takeoff config normal. Last items to clear are going to be our transponder, which is... Where is it on this aircraft? They move it around on some of them. Well, I'm going to turn on the weather radar. And we'll just turn predicted wind shear to position 1. We'll turn all weather onto my display. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Where's my TCAS? TCAS. Normal. Squawk of 7,000. How do I change it out of standby mode? Also, I realised this is insanely quiet. I'm going to fix that. There we go. I do turn it down when I'm playing on my own, just because after a while engine noise gets tired. Tiresome. TARA. There we go. So that is TCAS. Well, we've been standby because we're on the runway, which is on the ground, which is fine. APU should now have had its cool down, so we'll turn the APU master switch to off. The APU is still showing as available because it's cooling down and turning itself off. Do our landing lights. Do our takeoff light. Takeoff, takeoff, takeoff. That's all set now for takeoff. So I've got all my systems I need for flight. Standard brief. Up to 80 knots will abort for any reason. Above 80 knots will abort for a serious safety flight issue, such as engine fire, failure, smoke in the cockpit, smoke in the aircraft. Beyond 80 knots, it's an abort for... yeah, beyond V1, we will not be aborting unless the aircraft will not fly. At which point, we'll just try and stop for it as best we can and go into the grass. Yeah, so if we lose an engine after V1, we'll be going into the circuit, and we've got the the ILS set, and you can see that's plugged in on my side already. So if we need to return to the field, we can just come back in straight down the ILS, back to Newcastle. If Newcastle is unavailable as a divert, then we will recover to either T side if we're critical, or if we've got some more time to spare, we'll work and we need some time to work the checklists. We'll go to Manchester because it's only a little further than dear God, no, it's only a little further than Leeds Bradford. Any questions regarding the takeoff brief today? No, roger that. Okay, well, I've got the nod from the cabin. So, thrust set, Manflex SRS. And runway 80 knots, cross check. Oh dear God, hello. My... Okay, we're boarding. Abort takeoff. So what was my reason for the abort there? Easy 16 Charlie, abort and takeoff. Yep, they will be. Brake fan on, please. Easy 16 Charlie, that was an abort, just aircraft wasn't accelerating for whatever reason. So I did not see acceleration on my side, the HUD, on my ADI there. I just got a wheel temps. Well, yes, so... Do a quick announcement. Hi there, folks. It's from the flight deck. It's the captain. We had an issue with the aircraft accelerating there. We weren't seeing the rate of acceleration that we'd like to see. We believe it's just due to an issue with some of the controls or due to a minor technical issue which we're going to rectify prior to re-attempting takeoff again. So we'll be taxiing back through and we'll probably have a short delay just whilst we wait for our brakes to cool off. As you can imagine, they've just absorbed quite a substantial amount of energy from the aircraft there. So yeah, what happened there was that was in part my flight controls, in part the sim. So I obviously had my auto brake set to max, which is the equivalent of RTO on a Boeing product. So it basically, the aircraft thought I wanted to abort, which is fair enough, I kind of did. But basically, as soon as basically because the throttle's chopped, it thought I was trying to abort the takeoff, so it put the brakes on. And then I had my engines battling the brakes to actually keep the aircraft accelerating. And the end result was we stayed about 80 knots for too long. And we wouldn't have been safe to attempt the takeoff at that point, even with the brakes kicking off. So we're going to taxi along. Yeah, it's that temp is getting higher, which it will for a while. So I've got my brake fans running. Basically, the time for a teachable moment, I guess. Right here, that's the brake calipers. The temperature sensor is like over here somewhere. So it takes the heat a while to travel up the metal into the actual sensor. But the aircraft's fine. We've got two good main body tyres. That's just clipping, yeah. So we'll get back in the cockpit and we'll taxi back up, basically. There you go. That was your teachable on how aircraft brake sensors work. Hello, viewer. Feel free to say hi in the chat. I feel like I shouldn't be looking at that because it just makes me sad. Oh God, I need to sign into chat and it needs me to go to a web browser. That's outrageous. If you have been chatting in the chat, I'm deeply sorry, viewer. I'm now in the chat. I can now view the chat, which is always handy. Well, actually, I say that. Dear God, hello. Yeah, we'll probably go with it this time, and please let me get in the chat. Game. Let's just go to my YouTube page. There we go. I'll do it this way. And mute and close. Yeah, like I say, if you're in the chat, come say hi. I appreciate you saying hi. So far, a bit of a recap for those of you who... Why is he backtracking? When's 260 at 12? He's landed with a tailwind component. Nutter. No, he's not a man. He's not Nads of Steel Emily. Who isn't a man either, to be fair, but you know. Hopefully he comes in behind us and we don't have to like deconflict with him much. But we are planned for takeoff. I am probably going to just go with it. So you can see 365. The basic plan is, I'll show you what happened. We are going a bit quick here. Yeah. So we'll get the temp like 15, or the thing 15. So when I advance my throttles, nothing happens right now, right? Yeah, see, it just chops. So I need to find out that position there physically, which is what I didn't do, because I've got an issue with my throttles. So basically, if I do that, that happens. That's my throttles at the stops on my screen, or on my thingy. So yeah. Yeah, the SOC's picked up though, so more than 13 knots to win now, I think. We'll just go with it. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna chop those. That's fine. We've got our packs on, which is what we were hoping for. And we're clear on the approach again. So we'll just turn our landing lights back on. And we are clear on the approach. Roger that. That guy better not be turning himself around in the loop at the end of the runway here at Newcastle. No, he's not. He's coming behind us. Good. My skid marks from the last time I tried to turn here. I'm going to do this so incredibly professionally, you'll not even realise I was here. Right. There we go. And that's flex. No, it's fine. Flex set. Okay, brake off. Aircraft's accelerating. There we go. 260 at 25 knots. Okay, that one's picked up by factory by like 10 knots since we last looked. And V1 rotate. Climb, you bitch. Tapping the toe brakes. We're airborne now. Positive rate. Climb is established. Landing gears coming up. Going to fly the flight director now. What I'll actually do is... What are you doing, aeroplane? Actually, I'm going to delay gear retraction for a moment. I'm going to leave the gear out. And we'll let those gears hang loose in the breeze, basically. So we are going to delay the retraction, which is going to let the temperature cool of the engines, because not the engines, sorry, the gears. So we are delaying the retraction, which is intentional. And the aircraft just got to fly its way around and get airborne. So after takeoff checklist, landing lights, they go off. Gear is down, but we're aware of that. Just put the brake fan on, even though we're climbing out. That goes on. And flap goes up. I don't know how to turn the TCAS on, basically. Which is fine. I don't really care about speed issues at the moment. I'm just going up to 250 knots. We're going to be flapless, we're not star. And the basic plan is, we should see that brake temp drop off. So 370, I saw 400 there too fair at one point. We had the same issue kick in, but I was on it this time. And I pulled off the... I grabbed a screenshot there. And I pulled the basically the brake off. So we'll retract. We know it's not going to set fire to the aircraft. I've got 2 hours of flying over to check here. We'll leave the brake fan on for that flight though as well. So gears travelling up now. But we can look at our engines. Engines, they're fine now. We have no issues with those. Vibrations are fine. N2 fans, absolutely fine. N2 fan 1, 2 vibes are fine. Pressure in those is fine. Yeah. And what we'll do is, I'm going to now just scroll to, and go straight up to our cruise level, because we're pretty much a straight shot out over the North Sea today. So going to be very little in the way of those, and we'll set to managed altitude, which basically gives the aircraft permission to climb whenever the hell it wants. So it's, next restriction's at 8,000. So I'm going to climb on. We'll ding the no smoking. Let the crew get up and start prepping their service. I've tried to turn the TCAS on. We've just got an inoperative TCAS at this point. I've tried triple clicks. I've tried double clicks. Yeah, we did our best, basically. And that's 2 servers I want to share it in. Yep. No, I'll do one more. Why not? No, that one actually, they'll try and lynch me for it. And I'm against being lynched. It is rather unpleasant. Unless, of course, it's meeting Mick Lynch, who is a gentleman and a scholar. Yes, I have met Mick Lynch before you start making accusations that are unfounded. Outrageously. There we go. We'll standardise our QNHs. Guys, can we take a moment to remember this is out-of-the-box flight simulator? Oh god, I never turned your desktop audio on. That's embarrassing. We'll turn to about that. This is MSFS out-the-box, guys. Like, how good is this game? Thing is, I came, like, my first memory of Flight Simulator was FS Simulator, right? I say this a lot, and I was dodging, well, it was pre-9/11, so it was crashing into skyscrapers in Chicago. Which in those days was fine, I guess, because I could say 9/11, yeah, that's how old I am. But now, because I'm my own avatar, she's sitting in the captain's seat of an A321 on our way from my 2 favourite airports and an easy A321. So the reason I actually chose an EasyJet is back when I was little, I've got a lot of fond memories of this. Back when EasyJet, I just got this. I've actually done this in a Go Air 737. This flight was so Prague to Newcastle, but same difference. And it was. It's just some happy memories and some not so happy memories of going home from family and, you know, Christmas another time. And I'm just hoping to be looking at happy memories tonight because, you know, the reason I'm going to Ostrava, like I said, that's where my family's from. We've got 3 hour train, 3 hours by train from Prague. And there was sort of always like a hope that EasyJet would start flying to Ostrava. You know, who fly there now are Ryanair. So my 2 choices for getting to Ostrava from Newcastle are Newcastle to Prague, 3 hour train journey, or a 3 hour train journey and Stansted to Ostrava. Basically depends what you prefer. English trains are Czech ones. I prefer the Czech ones. At least there I can't be asked to work. Yeah. I do love this game. This is the first time I've done this. I had some issues with it. I managed to break my neck data, which was entirely on me. I had to do a load of surgery to the game to make it work again. But now I'm here and it works, and just an enjoyable experience, man. Like, we are flying, we are enjoying ourselves, we're having a great time. Does that work now? No, it doesn't work. Cool, whatever. Maybe I hit in the chat to say I'm me! Myself and I. Which is embarrassing. I don't really know. I'm going to do this fight anyway, and you know, I've got something to hang out. Great. I didn't. Oh well. I can sit and just enjoy the game. It's my first time just sitting down and enjoying the flight on a MSFS sorted. In the cockpit we go. Hello? So actually, I only have AI aircraft showing, and the TCAS doesn't show non-AI aircraft, so I'm going to leave that for now. There's no point leaving having it on, basically. Yeah, the temps are dropping down, so I'll just turn the fan off now. So I could log into SimBrief on here. Options page. SimBrief, what's my user ID? It's got my full name, but what's my user ID? Is it that? It'd be super cool if this downloads. I'd have to approve it somewhere in SimBrief. Look at those clouds. Gorgeous up here. There is a... No. It's nice. Trying to figure out the key commands to move my camera around to basically check for something block the sunroof over there, but I haven't got the option for that. And of course I can open the cockpit door, I can have a look down the back there. If I just use my camera settings here. Do cockpit, we do instrument, we do autopilot, which is exactly where I wanted the camera to put me. Look all the way down there. That's cool, right? Oh, let's do like close. Or just pilot. For some reason, that's right down back here. That's cool. 140,000 seats, 130 quid. Not bad. Got the covers here. You got your trolleys. That's the same ones we use out on board. See what that galley looks like compared to mine. They've got way less space to be fair. They've got a coffee machine, which is probably just boilers for like hot water and instant coffee. You got your covers. So these basically these cover boxes effectively that was just like scratched and stick it to hell, because they have to be obviously security checked every time they come through the airport. And these will probably be the same, to be fair. And these just, so yeah, you there's two types. These you find, well, we have them at least. We have black ones, we have blue ones. Black ones you can take on, you can move around as one person. Blue takes two people, because these look like the black ones, to be fair, just in terms of the way the wheels are set up. The wheels on one end will be freely castering, so you can steer, and the other end they're locked straight, so you don't get yourself in trouble. Pilot seat. He's back there. Shut that cockpit door. It's quite funny as well. That's one of my favourite lines to pull out on people at the moment when I'm at work. Is because obviously, so on Nazuma, you've got the L1 catering area, which is the very front of the train, or the very the very front or the very back, depending on obviously which way the train's facing. But what we do is obviously we'll be in there, and you basically go through us. You've got crew area, and then where the driver sits, and passengers will poke their head in and go, "Oh, is the toilet that way?" And I go, "Nope." They go, "Oh, you sure?" Like, "Yep." "What's that door?" "The driver's cab." Don't walk in on them. They get very scared. Don't walk in on the driver. They fight music. Right. It is adorable. I like that. Right, 1500, we're going up. So we're up to 370. It's not little, this is it. The 321's pretty long. So the 321 LR is pretty much a replacement for like the 757. The ULR will definitely be that. Which would be cool. Which will be cool. That's cool. No, I'm doing tons of overtime this month. I'm basically off the entirety of festive week, which I wish I wasn't, because I'd just rather work it and get the actual days I want off. But I'm working those instead because lol. So yeah, but I'm doing a ton of overtime, which could pay for trains, and I just saw a video of some of the Drax wagons, and I'm buying a load of those when they come into stock, which should hopefully be in the new year. My local model shops agreed to hold me in a Lumo until I get paid as well, which is really nice of them. But yeah, it's a good little trip this though. I'm excited to do the flying today. Yeah, we closed that 2 hours 35 now that got that I bought a takeoff under our belt. Look at that, 333 at 50 knots. Incredible winds up here, and bear in mind, yeah, Christmas Eve, live weather. So we've, basically our TAS will have our ground speed at about 455 knots. So total airspeed, our total actual like speed, effectively. IAS is indicated airspeed, which gets slower the higher you get, or gets more inaccurate the higher you get, I should say. Trends down in accuracy, because it's basically a tube on the front of the aircraft that collects a sample of the air. Don't know how much that pitot tube, it's called, gets pressed in. Nope, I'm not taking that call. Sorry, sweetie. Like, I know that person is doing it with the best of interest. There we go. But yeah. What was I saying? So yeah, got the pitot tube, which measures the pressure basically against a little tube on the front of the aircraft. And obviously, the less air there is, the less pressure there is, right? So if you're at sea level, there's however many bar of pressure. That if you're at high altitude, for some reason your ears pop, the air pressure drops outside. So there's obviously less pressure, which is why aircraft actually base their flying mostly around IAS. TAS is our total airspeed. So that is basically, we know how high we are, we know what the air pressure difference roughly is. So we can calculate the difference between our indicated airspeed and our actual speed effectively through the air, not how quickly we think we're going through the air if we're at sea level. Our ground speed is our TAS plus minus any wind component. So for example, at the moment we've got a 48 knot wind blowing loosely behind us, but because it's coming in at almost a right angle now, we've gone from we're basically 30 knots winds blowing behind us, and 18 knots is blowing acrossways, which is why we're crabbing slightly by about 10. That's about 10 knots of wind difference, and but most of it's blowing behind us. So it's smooth because it's all blowing in one direction, which is fine. But basically, it just means we're getting blown along at a high speed. Does that make any sense whatsoever? Why is this knowledge in my head? Bear in mind, I've not really done flight simulation hardcore for about 5 years. Huh? Bum. Ooh, that's actually a fun video idea. Promote the seal. We'll do. Choose that. Oh. So budget of that. That'll be great fun. So I just found the Jared Muri has done a randomised AP product thing on their website. And what I'm actually going to do is use that to basically come up with like a scenario to do. So like randomise me like an AP product, and I'm going to use it in a scenario. Will be quite fun to just sort of try and invent it in that way. So we're at 37,000 now. We're in the cruise. I did turn the belt up signs off, didn't I? Yes, I did. Turn offs can go off, I guess. Strobes and beacons will stay on. Yeah, there we go. I mean, if you look straight again, you can see we are sort of having it slightly, aren't we? Obviously. We align ourselves with the air traffic. You see if we're going that way. This shows how powerful the winds are. Winds aloft. We are, yeah, basically a full crosswind component now. So our TAS is 442 knots. Our GS is 472. I am definitely ready for a lie down though. It's been a good Christmas. Well, as far as my Christmases go, it hasn't been as good yet. I need to get that tab back up. Close the wrong number. What we can do is we can actually look at our Navigraph and use Navigraph to look at our charts. What is so in-game time? 10:29. Our expected top of climb was 10:44. Well, we're there already, so we're there 13 minutes early, and we are. Got a while. At the moment, according to this, Marem, top of drop at 11:45. So roughly 75 minutes of cruise flight, and we do very little. I need 2 products. I'm just going to have actually a little look at the charts here. I'll show you the flight planning stage I do, I guess, here. Navigraph, please. Thank you. I want to have a look at the charts. I'm logged in, so it should let me have a look. I'm subscribed. Unless... Is that chart? Oh, look at that. Need to sign in. Yep. Does that work? Oh, that works. Would you like to load it as your active flight? Yeah, why not? So you can see this is our trip. Hopefully it plugs the actual pointer points in. So we did a girly 1 Yankee off 25. Add that to my route. That just shows you what the trip we've done so far. It's the arrivals I'm actually interested in, but I just... Alright, airport charts. We'll just do airport charts. We'll look at Moshnov. Charts, please. Looking at the RNAVs. So, we're arriving sort of from the north. I want to do a back sev because that'll dump us in the right location, to be fair. It probably wants us to do regularly. We'll do a back sev. So we'll do a back sev arrival. And the approach I want is going to be get Cat 22 onto 22N because this brings us right over downtown Ostrava. So you see all these high points here. These are at Ostrava itself. So I've been over this I've seen this in real life. We go right basically over my grand's house is in where my mum and sister live is in this area here. So that's why I'm going to be like full dirty, full flat, like full power, like ragging it around, make as much noise as possible. Airport. Let's just have a quick look at the airport. So really, we want to vacate at about the halfway mark. So that gives us 1,700 meters to stop in effectively. So 1,750 meters to feet. Yeah, 5,500 feet. So that midpoint is a perfect point to vacate at. And then that's the apron where we're going on to. Parking stands. I'll take probably Charlie 5 if we can. That's or Charlie 1 to 5. Either of those. And I know it gets a bit funny because it like tries to get you to swirl out. Because sometimes basically if you're the only booked flight because it's that dead, they'll park you at a 45-degree angle. So you pull in, and go like that. It basically just saves you having to push you out. So it's quicker on the way out the door. But no, aside from that, we can close that off for now and enjoy our cruise. I'm going to get a bite to eat, folks. So I'm going to leave you guys in charge of the aircraft. Yeah, you have control. You put your oxygen mask on because I'm leaving the cockpit. Oh, you're too cool for oxygen masks now. Okay, I see how it is. We'll put ourselves in this nice full green right here, and Sharpie. Alrighty, I'm back in the room. I'm back in the room. It's an incredibly risky thing I did there. Where is it? Oh, hello. Are we okay? Yep. That's what I did right there. Autopilot, please. Shush. Shut the fuck up. No, I did not. Yeah, fucking load it then, you dickhead. Autopilot on. Auto throttle on. Go back to a Mac hold, so the throttle's going to basically chop to, you know, fine, it'll get us back down a bit. That's what I've realized. So basically, I force a habit when I leave the room. Hook my headphones with my throttles. It obviously takes the slightest amount of movement. And you are up El Suanito. Managed. Oh my god, fine. Why has it turned all the guidance off? Jesus. Managed. Okay, down at like 1,000. This is the kind of stuff that normally gets edited out, but I can't do it because we're live, apparently. It's about 1. No, dear. What am I doing? Hello. Help. What about 160? That'll do. So we'll intercept the track and then it'll fly it. There we go. Go for an open descent because we are quite high now. Put my footrest down, why not? And I'll get my tray table out. There we go, we're outstarred, so we're intercepting the altitude. Or capturing the required altitude, sorry. So now back in alt cruise. Really interesting one actually, I'm going to talk about a little bit. In the RAF, it was an A330 MRTT, got into some trouble. Yeah, it's not going to load it, that's fine. Where basically the PIC, who was in the left seat, got up and to go and do his thing, and the PNF, basically going to PF, pilot not flying became pilot flying, so he slides his seat forward. And basically he had a camera there which pushed forward on the control stick, so basically pushed the aircraft into a dive. And they came embarrassingly close to getting in trouble. It was quite a few years ago now, but like they came very close to actually getting some people hurt. And I think some people did actually get hurt, like in terms of just getting thrown around in the aircraft. Because the pushovers, obviously, the Airbus will restrict what you can do in terms of you know, the level of thing, but it'll also go, well, okay, you've applied a load of forward stick pressure, you obviously need to get out of the way of something. You know, it's no use trying to not have an airframe failure if we just smashed into something, or like permanent damage to the aircraft. We just smashed our faces into something in the air, you know. But look at that, nearly a pure tailwind of 70 knots right now. And that's some great flight planning done right there. I can't even claim credit for an edited fine route. Mm. I do wonder if that was the dispatcher trying to send me God managed to get you like a full 70 knot tailwind. Or 68 knot tailwind. I should have actually checked how much fruit I'm going to land with. 3.6, that's fine. Right, let's check those gear temps actually. Yeah, look at that. It says 205. It's not dropping much, is it? Now, at this Mach, I'm going too quick to drop the gear. I'll just put that fan back on. Probably damaging the aircraft doing it. Yeah, you can see it's fully flush, but it's crazy how much of that heat's retained in the aircraft, right? Given the fact that it's a saturated air temperature of minus 63. So those, like the landing gear wells are not pressurized, so that area is minus 63. Like the stationary air in the landing gear well is minus 63 degrees centigrade. Our ISA is plus 4, so that's another really interesting thing. ISA, that's the, sorry, no. You know what ISA actually is? Not saturated air temperature, apologies. Total air temperature is the temperature of the wind hitting the nose, or the thermometer on the nose. Saturated air temperature is the actual air we're flying through. Why is there a 20 odd degree difference? It's the impact friction. So basically, again, the molecules of air hit the nose of the aircraft. The faster you're going, the more that warms up. That's why, like, the Russians claim, at least, that they have the plasma that forms on the nose for hypersonic and makes it visible. That's... it's not invisible to radar, sorry. This is sort of a micro version of that, where because we're at a more manageable speed, basically, we've only got, I think it's half a degree per half a Mach, or per 0.1 Mach, sorry. So, you know, 0.784. So yeah, it's 30 odd degrees. That's about right. Half a degree for 0.1 of a Mach. 0.01 of a Mach, sorry. You know, you've got to get your decimal point in the right place. Crazy. Another crazy thing I just saw is like one of my former colleagues from a place I used to work at just shared a picture of like him, his wife, and his kid. They were pregnant when I was there, and now the kid's like 4 or 5. It just makes me realise how much time has passed, I guess. Right. Speerborg. So yeah, we are approaching the Netherlands. Speerborg, which is SQY. I think that's still the water. Yeah. Is north of Schiphol, Amsterdam. Wow. Right. Sorry, I'm just a bit thingy. Just distracted as per usual. Yeah, the fans are probably wrecking the crap out of the landing gear doors, but we're out 175. Just oh, okay, that's fun though. They can jump back in. I was hoping we could. I'm really paranoid that obviously I know that's just choppy. See that that's representing. Oh, but just the way the texturing is appearing in the world. Heebie-jeebies, man. Heebie-jeebies. We'll just slot back to this seat. That I've basically heebie-jeebies. I've messed something up. Do we have a yes? Let's use our. Should we VFR map? No, that's GTN 750. Don't care about that. Go away. Yeah, big'll do. So we're now only, yeah, okay, so we are actually over water. Fair enough. We've basically actually probably been like over land for minimal periods in that last segment. If I look to our right, I'm going to pause the game. That way this shouldn't fuck me too heavily. I'm then going to go to weather. I'm going to turn live weather off. Yeah, that's fine. It's just the way the clouds are represented. And put it back on again. And then we'll unpause the game. And that shows current minimum amounts of fuckery for the game because the wind's gone from 73 to 0 to 73, all whilst I was paused. Is the hopeful theorem. It's just for some reason we've got some crap clouds today, so I've nailed the weather. It must be like precipitation in the cloud or something, I guess. It's just the twinkliness of it looks weird, doesn't it? So Moshnov, if we update that, as a 1030 Zulu, 4 knots at 4,000 feet, broken. QNH 1021, no SIGs. Cool. So basically it's winds calm, basically. So yeah, we're going to land on our inbound from 240. It's technically not the active, but it's 6 knots with about a 3 knot, maximum like 3 knot tailwind component at that stage. Which, well, it'd be less because it's about 30 degrees, so it'd be about a third of it. So yeah, about 2 knots of tailwind component, which is not noticeable in an aircraft like this. It's basically winds calm. So we'll land on, and we'll just have a nice little chill flight today. Yeah, and like I say, we'll come in over Ostrava City, make a load of noise for the locals, let them know she's home. So 359 at 77 knots. And very superstitious. Writings on the wall. Very superstitious. And if I just do a cheeky little test here. Oh, so you can actually just read it. Cool. So don't need anything else open. This is showing me the subs from 200 years ago. Oh god, my dead name subscribes. That's awkward. Let's not look at that. Got the BRB screen as well, which I quite like today. I don't have an ending screen, which is slightly awkward. I yawn a lot now. I think that's just the depression. Not gonna lie. That's just the depression. This guy Taboo. So no, I was looking and there's a guy who does. He's a Taboo. And brewed chicken wings. Jesus Christ, America. Now what I'm doing is I am filling my cup with iron brew actually, because I've got iron brew. Bought myself a little bottle from a local off license. Normally you can get this stuff in Canada, in Scotland. It's the iron brew 1901 recipe. It actually comes in a glass bottle. Am I doing a ASMR? Is that working for you? Anyway, yeah, comes in a glass bottle, and it's basically iron brew before they started putting shit in it, and it actually tastes incredible. My mum's just sent me a YouTube video. Oh God, is this appropriate to be watched? A Christmas twist. Oh dear. Okay. What we'll do, I'll quickly add. We'll watch it together. We'll do the react to my mum's thing. We'll just wait for the advert to be over. There we go, skip ad. I'm sure this might be copyright sound, which I might have to mute. I'm not sure this is appropriate for my channel. I'm glad I muted that. I'm going to turn off that screen capture. I'm going to mute my desktop audio. I'm going to listen to it. Actually, it is fine, but yeah, it's just weird. It's weird. I'm not making you watch it with me. But anyway, I've got that iron brew, and I'm pouring some vodka in it. Make out a double measure. Vodka's great for sterilising your mouth and mixing with iron brew, and that's about it. Yeah, it actually does work. Yeah, 84 knot crosswind now. Look at that. But so because we're flying heading 100, that's 10 degrees off of a perfect cross a beam. You can see we're only getting 10 knots or 12 knots ish of the tailwind component. Everything else is just blowing us sideways, which is why the aircraft is properly crabbing it now. Like, that way is now forward. Another cool way to show it off is if you put your VSFPA on. You can see the flight path vector is right the way over there. So the flight path vector is basically showing where the aircraft is flying. So you know in your Bogachev mobiles, your F-18s, all that kind of good stuff. Your F-18s, F-16s, F-15s, any fighter with a hood. You've got the flight path vector. You sit it on the end of the runway, and that's how you fly your way in. That is similar, but it puts it on one of your main instruments for you, basically. I'm going to do some flying over Christmas, though, just because... why the crap not, eh? Like I said, I'm doing... on the first day back, actually, I've got a 10-hour day at work plugged in, which means I'm going to be at the house, like, 13 hours, so I need, like, a real long-haul flight to do the fact I can't think of anything that long that I want to do. I could just, like, pre-record a load of long hauls, couldn't I? That'd be quite handy. It's normally an email. So, yeah, we've got our CCs sent out. It's normally just before the end of the day. It's how I know Christmas is coming at work. So, at work, we have our control team. So, there's a team who works down in the ROC in York. Or the Rock in York, and they do basically, like, if we have an issue, they deal with it. And they used to send loads of emails out. They used to use an app called Arrakis, But part of that was that you get loads of emails, and like the last email of the day on Christmas Eve would be, which the final train has now arrived. Control and York are now closed. Have Merry Christmas. In more words than that, but yeah, we like Control. I also find, like I say, I've said this before in private. I'll say it for the first time in public. I find it hilarious that in Starlight Express, one of the characters is called Control. Why do I find that so funny? So, Control is the child whose train set comes to life in the play, on the show. And in the original, at the very end, basically, as the trains decide that Dusty, who's the steam engine's actually best, and steam's the way to go, and they all want to become steam engines. Control basically flips out, and is like, trains must obey Control. Do what you're told. Sounds fun. And the train's thingy response is, shut it, Control. And there are days that the decisions you see come out of Control are just baffling. They're just baffling. And you're like, what the hell, guys? What was this meant to be? A good idea. Yeah, we've got a while till our last arrival's not till 2031. Our last arrival's not even left King's Cross. Oh no, it has left King's Cross. It's bang on time. Straight up the road, now in Newark. And that's the last train for Christmas. When's King's Cross's last departure of the night for NHER head code? It'll be like 1900 probably to Leeds or some crap. 1930 Donny. So yeah, the last departure left 1 minute and 45 seconds late. Terminator's terminated. You got the last Terminator doesn't come in until 9 PM though. So they're going to that train gets disposed of. Basically, 3 trains pull in, 3 trains go out to the sidings, and we're done. Because so obviously there's actually a couple of trains plugged in very late in the day, which is interesting. That'll probably be some sort of move for possessions over Christmas. So as you guys know, in the UK, the UK rail network shuts for 24, 25, 25, 26. So you get a slightly earlier finish to the service on the 24th. So later finish the service on the 27th, and it's when they do all of the big engineering works that need done. So, yeah. That's crazy. So there's a video from aboard the ISS, that I've got Facebook up basically, and it was showing that basically, obviously, when they fire a rocket on the space station and move the space station, stuff this sounds weird, but stuff not attached moves on its own. So there's a camera floating in space, and they boost, and because the camera doesn't have any inertia at that point, other than the fact that it's hurtling through space at 23,000 miles an hour, it basically travels away down the ISS, away from the camera operator. Obviously the guy who's actually filming, sorry, so it's a different camera. And that's quite cool. That obviously it makes sense from a physics perspective, but you just don't think of it that way, do you? Hope you guys are doing good though. I'm like I say, I'm not drunk enough yet, put it that way, to be doing good. I'm not drunk enough. Let's put airports on. So it gives you an idea of where we are. So we are EDDS, so just south of Stuttgart, so sort of southeast of Stuttgart. Let's see, what else do ICAO codes? That's Frankfurt, over the 100 miles to the southeast. Bear in mind, so if we had a problem now, and it wasn't like the wings have fallen off kind of problem, we'd probably go to Frankfurt over Stuttgart, because by the time we've come down, we'll be at Frankfurt, whereas we'll just be circling over top of Stuttgart. And Frankfurt's the bigger airport, so probably has bigger emergency services facilities, and basically we can get guys out to come help us if we need to. There you go, there's the scenery. And that is central Germany in December. Goldfinger. Guys, I just had Christmas rocked for me. So, Santa knows if you're naughty or nice, right? Well, Santa would have known that the reindeers were bullying Rudolph. Is Santa the bad guy? Is Santa the bad guy in Christmas? Oh, shit. There we go. Right, vodka, iron brew. That brake fan, can I turn that off yet? Yes, I can. We've now frozen the brakes. Probably the brake fan as well. We put that much ice, like in the way of ice particles through it. I'm really sorry, I've not got anything quieter to eat. That's cold serve at the moment. I'm eating some crisps on the stream. That's worked, that's fine. Yeah. I've put my phone down and just try to knock the controller. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. You know, remember actually, one Christmas Eve, I was poorly as a child, and I was staying at my grandma's in Czechia. I was lying in bed, and I remember, I was basically with me. The way I used to know I was ill is that if I was sleeping through the day. If I've slept properly on a night time, there is no need. I do not sleep through the day. I just can't do it. Doesn't happen. Got too much ADHD for that to happen. Too much excitement to do. Go places to do things. Anyway, I was sleeping, waking up, seeing what I basically seeing it was snowing outside. Going, Mum, it's snowing. Oh no, it's not like. Eventually, getting help to go out the window, and it was snowing, and it was cool, and it made me really happy, and it was White Christmas. Over there, White Christmases are a lot more likely. Continental climate, y'all, it is freezing over there in the winter. Let's see together if there's snow on the ground out there. I've not actually asked, so I've got no idea. Oh, it's white on the floor. Where's that? That's some sort of Veka. Oh, hradní náměstí. Kde prosím jsme? Yeah, it's late on Christmas Eve, so everything's shut down. But yeah, let's quickly see if I can get to the town hall camera. There we go. Found it. But it's not loading. Oh. Dear God, stand by one. Oh no, it's not snowing. When was this last updated? Thing is, all the main roads I can't. That's quite a main. Yeah, that's. Oh, it's updating every 5. Got you. So yeah, we are going to come in. We'll come in around this area. Where are we? That was my school for a while, right there. I'll point out the town hall when we come over. I think they've got photogrammetry out for this section, or this area of the world. My godmother got married in that church. That's not a museum, actually, that you can see there. As far as I'm aware, that is Fukushima, as I believe the locals call it, which is basically a shopping centre. It's Nova Carolina, the shopping centre. You've got Mostimilsha Seacut over there, and so and the Ostrava stays in Castle further to the left. So the we can do So actually, why don't I just do like, I don't know, like before sunset? So like, can I just scroll back to like, oh, there we go, 2 p.m. It's taking forever to load that, isn't it? Oh no, there we go. So it just shows you like, oh no, there is white stuff on the floor. It's just not as pronounced as I thought. So there's some on the roofs. And we used to teach at that school then. Used to, being the operative word. Baumax, that's the bridge. Remember that bridge? There used to be another bridge that was sort of that way that they dropped and replaced it with that one. That's the central bus station. There's a theatre there, and the access to it's there, so it's really weird. So come in this way, and I remember because my aunt, I'll call her my aunt. She's sort of my godmother again. I've got a lot of godmothers. She like is in the orchestra there, so she like we went there with her once because she was playing in the orchestra. We were going to see a show. We got dropped off, and then sort of got walked through backstage, and led out through like a side door, which is like a completely hidden side door, which is really cool. So that's Mostimilsha Seacut right there. That is in the war. The reason it's named after a guy called Miloš Sikora is during the war, obviously the Russians were the guys who liberated this part of the world, and the Germans were the people who were occupying it. Effectively, if you look at the area, have we got a map that I can do? Yes. So we are facing this way right now. So we're looking at Mostimilsha Seacut, which is here. This bridge wasn't here. This bridge wasn't here. This bridge probably had like a predate, but it would have been a footbridge. This bridge, footbridge. The next like actual car bridge, this was basically like you could drive across, was a long way down river. So the Germans had mined this bridge, and the plan was from the German perspective was T-34 rolling onto the bridge, blow the bridge, drop the T-34 and its crew, there, kill everyone involved. Does that load? Let's see if this takes me across very well. Yes, it does. So, yeah. The plan was, basically, I could say, drop the bridge when first one of those rolls onto it. Hello? T-34, main battle tank, right there. Rather rude, I know. So basically, a guy runs out and flags down the lead tank, and the tank commander gives him some snips. And basically says, "Can you go and cut the wires on the explosive?" And that's the guy right there. Basically, that's obviously bear with me. Actually, I'm gonna have a look again. Do some more googling here. But I'm like, oh, I can do it here. Perfect. So we'll just leave you guys on screen cap mode. So I am, yeah, basically, obviously I think it was shot in the process. Miloš Seacut. And was shot and killed. So there we go. Hopefully a Seacut of Most. So also known as Seacutt's Bridge, or Seacurak, is a steel. Jesus Christ, don't know that language. But yes, so from 1914, which was when this bridge was built. It was moved. The bridge was moved about 318 meters. That's interesting. So actually, the way I just sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here. But when because I'm reading this in Czech, or I'm speaking in English, and I said he was moved. In Czech, a bridge is a masculine, so it's a bit like French, where you've got like masculine, feminine, neutral. It's ten most, which 10 is masculine. So that's the first time I've ever managed to notice myself basically call it the masculine way. Anyway, so yeah, 1913 there were some floods. The naming after Miloš Sikora. Yeah, so 30th of May 1945, the first tanks of the 1st Czechoslovak Independent Tank Brigade entered the centre of the town. and they wanted to continue towards Michalkowice and Hladnov. So actually, they were going from the city side, and they're coming out of the city. That's really interesting. I'm learning a lot. This is genuinely a really great educational thing for me. The Nazis podminovali, aby zabránili Rudé armádě v postupu. So basically, the Nazis. It's written horrifically. Well, it's not written horrifically. It's just written in a very complex way. The Nazis wanted to basically block the Red Army and advancing, but there's Podminovali, which is like set terms that they couldn't. It's weird to try and translate it in your head. According to one of the versions, which is this is Wikipedia. I'm reading this off. Which were forward pushed heavily by the communist government. The bridge was saved by 24-year-old communist youth member Miloš Sikora. That he, with his friends, with his friend Olshak, volunteered that they'll go and cut the cables, like the wires, sorry, on the explosives. So they obviously succeeded. The bridge is still here. But Sikora was shot during the attempt, basically. Which we've showed. So it's got obviously there's a memorial, which is this here. But actually, according to the Heraldic Commission of the Ostrava magistrates, which is like the people in the city, Peter Kaleta, it's unsure who actually saved the bridge. And according to the chronicler of the city, what a job title! I want that job title. Martina Rutici. Yeah, and she basically corroborates that it's not 100% basically, which is fair enough. And it was, yeah. And in culture, the bridge is also in a song by a guy called Jaromír Nohavica. I'm not, yeah. So the song is Až to se mnou sekne zmiňuje zpěv. Až to se mnou sekne. So basically Až to se mnou sekne is basically when I die, effectively, is the name of the song. This is the bridge. This 28th of November. So again, there's a lot of 28th of October, sorry. So it's like of a lot of the post-communist countries, you've got a lot of heavy communist stuff. So you've got 28th of November, which was so that's the day that the Czech Republic came about. You've got Náměstí Juria Gagarina, which is this area here. So that's it there, sorry. Which is the square of Yuri Gagarin. Like, it is pretty, yeah. But the sort of the central building, the magistrat that we're going to fly over, we'll show you it from here. So you can see that's the trolleybuses. I'd love a trolleybus simulator, actually. I would genuinely adore that. But you've got up here, that is quite an iconic building, like you'll see on the approach today. Hopefully, as long as it's not as buried in cloud. And that's cool as fuck. Sorry, that is Ostrava 2019, the World Championships in para hockey. So like at the Paralympics, para hockey. Fuck, that's cool. Like, let's be honest though, right? That's obviously a guy on the kind of wheelchair sled, I presume, doing hockey things, which is great. And don't get me wrong, I'm fully supportive of people with disabilities doing things, right? And it's good, and yeah. But in my head, if you have a disability, you probably should be quite careful in terms of physical impact, stuff like that. Hockey is just grown men and women. In women's hockey must be a thing. Grown men and women beating each other up. That's what it is. It's like rugby, but on ice. It's like as far as contact sports go, it's pretty up there. Yeah, I'm approaching Sopler. So we've got how far to top a drop now? 23 minutes according to that. So let's have another look at that arrivals page, eh? Is it picking up where I am, I wonder? I'd just be interested in seeing it. Show me. I've decided to create a route, so hopefully it'll dump us in vaguely the right location. Nope. Route clear. Okay, it's just going to hold it. I can't yeet it. Yeah, I can't do that. So what we'll do is we'll just look at our arrivals from Moshnov. And it was Baksev 1 uniform that we wanted. And then ILS onto 2-2 end. Actually, what's it saying now in terms of a rotated TD? It's 12:47 arrival, which is like an hour and 20. Oh, pardon me. Apologies for that, guys. Well, it doesn't actually have a TD for me, so we'll just plug the arrival in. We're doing an ILS 2-2 and a Baksev 1 uniform. We'll insert all that. We'll quickly step ahead and just make sure it looks okay in the flight plan. So you can see we're basically just straight lining it over there. And then we drop Pickup, Marem, and then Baksev. So what we'll do is we'll remove the disco. And I'm just going to see what that looks like when we go back a bit now. Yeah, we're going to yeet Marem as a waypoint. And we'll just go direct to Baksev. And that'll... see if I increase that range ring substantially. Yeah, we're direct across Czech airspace, which is fine. You can see where we are. So we're about 400 miles away now. And that will mean we have an arrival, basically, to do. We are going to probably stand on the brakes and stop quite hard. Let's just look at it on here. Oh, come on. Hello. Game. No, it's that, and it's that. Thank you. So yeah, you can see we're sort of south of where it thinks we should be. We'll probably regain that track at some point, and that'll drop us in for the arrival. You can see it's wanting just to do some sort of fancy flying manoeuvres. We're just going to do the ILS. ILS is easy flying. It's a good level of tailwind component once we get towards Baksev. I think. Yeah, it will be, because it's pointing the direction, it's not pointing the right to us, yeah. I think. Ooh. And this is interesting. So I was just looking on Wikipedia still, and there's a alternative version of what happened to the bridge. So, in later years, Sikura's involvement in the saving of the bridge was doubted. There's a couple of alternative versions. First version is that German trooper Robert, Siraj, who wanted to desert, pulled the detonators out of the explosives. After this, the Rudo Armata. No idea. Basically, it's so he did that, and he was given civilian clothes. Oh, and given confirmation that he saved the city, basically. So like, he was basically given free passage for doing it. And in the second version, the butcher Rudolf Hanke had some doubts. Who found Sikura's dead body and took it to the pub, classic, where it was later found. Into the protocol, he basically said, like, gave testimony that the cables weren't cut. According to his, this is the guy who found Sikura's body and took it to the pub. Classic move. According to his testimony, it was him who shouted at the Germans, who wanted to basically blow the explosives. And basically said there's no point, the Russians are so close now. The third version of events is according to a guy called Karl Larish, who said that Sikora was shot by accident. So according to him, the Germans didn't destroy the jet bridge. Basically, so it was locals who convinced them not to detonate the bridge. And for doing that, they handed them to the Russians, were saying that they basically saved the bridge thanks to them. So it goes to show, this is quite a big thing for the local area, and it's, obviously the guy died, we know that much, and we don't know anything beyond that. I wonder, looking back at it, obviously I understand communist propaganda, and that's not great, but now that communist times of, far left veer to the far right in Czechia now, is there much point of fighting to see who's actually right here? No? Let's have a little look. So, let's try put this aspect. So what time are we expecting to start descending for this arrival? Well, let's call it 20, so we're at 10,000 there, so let's call it 20 minutes before that, so 12:20. So yeah, about 50 minutes from drop, which is fine. I'll have my dinner when we land. That's actually a really good representation of how we fly off. Oh god, woohoo! I love that. Try unlock mode. Try unlock. The aircraft's out there somewhere. We'll find it eventually. So we are low behind. So we are over Germany. I don't say low. No, we're not low. We're just over Germany. Still. For those of you playing along at home, we are currently crossing over with someone apparently. But we are. So this is actually northern Czechia now. We're entering Czech airspace probably. Let's have a look at this in sim brief. Sim brief. Thank you. Okay. So we are still over Germany. We're actually just southeast of Colditz. That's fun. I need to do that as a video. I'll do a scenario on Dresden Riesa. The escape from Colditz Castle. For those of you who haven't seen the British 1960s, 70s, 80s drama Colditz, it is spot on. There's an actor in it you will recognise if you watch NCIS. The guy who... Oh, have I got an actor's name in my head and I remember it correctly? No, I haven't. I know his first name's Donald. Donald Mallard. Ducky. No, it's the fictional character. David McCallum. Oh, that's a shame. David McCallum plays it. Yes, it'll be 80s David McCallum in Colditz, which is just brilliant. Yeah, 1972, 1974. Colditz, like I say, it's very much of its era, and this sort of plays the very stereotypical, I guess, British view of the war of, which actually but applies some truth to it. So PWs or POWs, the idea was basically that you were, like, if you're a pilot, you were held by the Luftwaffe. If you were in the Navy and you got captured, you were held by the Kriegsmarine. If you were Army, you got held by the Wehrmacht. And they were actually substantially kinder to soldiers than the SS were. So but you get these sort of moments in the series where the firm but fair aristocratic officer that of the Germans, like there's basically new upstart comes in and starts causing issues and all that kind of stuff happens. It's not perhaps as comedic as Hogan's Heroes. Hogan's Heroes is very much the comedy based and very much the extremes. This is far more realistic in the way that the story is portrayed, but it's brilliantly done, like I say, and I found it enjoyable to watch. So yeah, not after that bottle. I'm after. Actually, no, I'm going to be good. I'm not going to drink beer yet. I'm going to put them under my blanket though, so that way they stay cold. But yeah, LKHR. LK is the pre-code for Czech airfields. LKHR. Look, Hra. It's Hradčany Airport, sorry. To be fair, it's a concrete 8,000-foot runway. We'd get in there. It's near Liberec. I'm just trying to look at it on Google Maps actually and just figure out where it is. No, that's the... Let's just search for it this way. Oh, give over. Yeah, Hradčany. So it'd be a good diversion, to be fair. It's a nice long runway. We'd probably get stopped. But it is... Again, it's one of those... You divert there in an emergency, you wouldn't go there for anything else. Interestingly as well, we are right in that three-country corner. So I can't display terrain on this, I don't think. But if I could, Germany, Czechia, Poland. That bottom right corner is a big, what looks like a coal mine. Fair enough, it's coal. But it's like right in that bottom corner. We'll probably be flying right over the line. The one Czech line I did a scenario for, but into a video on. That's awkward. So I can't really talk about it much. But it was the line from Děčín through Ústí nad Labem to basically just to Prague. Forgot they're in place now. Awfully sorry. Something that not right, hang on. Ústí. Let's just follow the river. Litoměřice. Could be Roudnice. I think it could be Roudnice. It's like basically one of the last interregional stops on the way to Prague. Kralupy nad Vltavou, there we go. Kralupy nad Vltavou. I speak Czech, which is why I insist on doing Czech place names and Czech pronunciation. I can do English names in Czech pronunciation, so like Newcastle. I can do that, that's fine, that doesn't hurt my head. But, like, other than Prague, which is an English word, right? Or like it's a Germanic word at least. Like, other Czech pronunciation just is like English pronunciation of Czech names, like Brno, Ostrava, Opava. Hurts, man. It hurts me on a level. I do have a funny story, though, which I've probably told a million times already, which just shows the importance of, like, small details in language. So late one night, me and my dad were dispatched to the local off-licence, the equivalent called a večerka, or an evening place, to get some crisps. Now, these particular brand of crisps, or this type of crisps, best way I can describe them are like pistachio flavoured what's-its. Like the what's-it giants. Like, pretty much perfect analogy, just pistachio flavoured. Sounds awful, it's actually really good. Anyway, we get dispatched, and my dad, super hard man, doesn't want to let me speak for him because I'm like 10 at the time, maybe. No, I was like 7 or 8. And he goes in and he says, "Krupke prosim." No, prosim even. Now, what he's just said there is yeast, please. The lady looks at him really confused, and he goes, "Krupke." And I just go, "Krupke." And she goes, "Aha, Krupke." I don't need to translate that lady's response. Just really blown one of my friends' minds who I was quite close with before, like ages ago. I haven't spoken in a while. So yeah, we're on the direct backside track now. I should probably start dropping down at about 10.2, and we'll drop down to... I'm going to scroll 11,000 feet into the box. And then we'll just do a managed descent. I'll probably... So we'll drop at 10.2. I'm going to put the belt up sign on at 49. We don't have a top of drop mark yet, do we? No. Maybe initialize that better. Next. Nope, previous. I believe they said it was. Let's just check our notes for the updated METAR. So it's 04 at 8 knots. At 8 knots. What's the ground temperature? It is 2. Dew point is also 2, so it's really humid. And our QNH was going to be 1021 hectopascals. Not a massive difference, but worth noting in the systems anyway. And we'll do our decision height being 500 feet, purely because that's where I'm going to take over and hand fly the aircraft in. We'll do flat fall for the landing, which is fine. I'm going to aim for about 135 knots for our VAPPH. I'm going to go a bit faster. Just because we're landing with a bit of a tailwind, so yeah. 125 miles to run now. To fair, 100 miles is about where you want to be dropping at, really. Because you want to be... You know, bear in mind how quick we are. You want to be dropping... Basically, you want to drop down sooner. Effectively, what I'm trying to say. Oh, there we go. Auto. So I figured out how to turn that on, finally. But yeah, it is dark over there right now in Czechia. I'm looking at the most up-to-date panorama, which shows me over the city. I can actually just about see where... Yeah, you can just about see... There, the lights are off. I suppose it's 9:30. They might be. Basically, one of the locations I can see from that webcam is my godparents' house. And if they live where they... Oh, no, I shouldn't think they were second floor from the top, so yeah. I don't know. But they... Yeah. But yeah, it's just cool to remember some memories that I didn't have otherwise. I'm, you know, I had quite a sad thought just double checking my mum's definitely not in the chat. Good. I had quite a sad thought yesterday on my way home. Because obviously I'm spending Christmas on my own this year, which is fine. It's nothing more than fine, but it's fine. It's bearable. And I didn't really know how I felt about it, if I'm honest. And in the end, I sort of thought, well, let's think of some happy thoughts about Christmas, like good times I've had at Christmas, and I just couldn't think of any. And I know I've had good Christmases. I know that, like, I know that for a fact. But it was just the depression brain kicking in and going, nope, no nice thoughts, only sad thoughts. And I just couldn't think of anything, and that's one of the few times I've cried recently. Anyway, that's an overshare on my part, but I've said it before, I will say it again. Oh, we're right over LKPD. No, it's PD's pad W10. Yeah, got those sparkly clouds again. But yeah, we're over Czech airspace now, we're nearly there. I'm not flying home, I'm just landing in Prague, in Ostrava. I keep saying Prague, god damn it! Yeah. Those clouds are just a bit weird, aren't they? A bit fucky. Anyway, we said we'd drop at 10.2. I'm going to drop early because I'm genuinely concerned. Interesting, our weather radar's got some... that must be heavy precipitation if we're picking it up at over 100 miles away. Let's drop down to, we said 10,000. So we right click and then we left click. No, we right click, which is managed. Perfect. So we're in a managed descent now. So we are actually a bit too high, which is fine. We can drop that in time. Get down to altitude and go from there. So yeah, we're dropping down towards back south. We're dropping hard and fast, to be fair. Giggity. We will catch that up. What I'll actually do is, just in the interests of helping the aircraft out, we'll take half flap, which is as much flap as it can deploy with its speed brakes on the go. That'll help us drop down a bit quicker. We definitely need the belt up signs on now. Hi folks from the flight deck, it's the captain. We are on our way into Ostrava now. We're about 80 miles away, but we are, as you can see, we've started our descent now. We are dropping down quite quickly to get you in on time, ready for your Christmas dinners. And or you eat your Christmas evening with your family. Even Christmas lunch you might make at the rate that we were dropping at today. But folks, have a fabulous Christmas. And yeah, if you're going to switch on the ground, thank you for flying with EasyJet once again. Click. I've got transponder on T, alright. Yeah, so for some reason it's still giving me the error message for. Oh no, it's just giving me the speed brake error message. Hey, we've caught our altitude up. Yeet. And we'll arm it. And now they know he's got to come flying up to try and not have issues. Hey guys, I retracted the speed brake, right? 0%. There we go. Arm it. And the aircraft just will descend now. As you can see, we're dropping down pretty quick, but we'll be fine. We'll clear that. We'll just put the engine page on. In fact, since it's a really short taxi in, start the APU up early. There we go. This is part of the whole I'm single pilot today. Whoa, that was a bit of a buck. And that's why I have the belt up sign on. I think that's just the wind changing direction in an unsmooth way. And this makes me a little bit apprehensive because I know there is high ground here. But also we're at 10,000 feet, so it'll be fine. So yeah, it's saying we'll be at 10,000 just after back south, which is fine because we won't be at 11,000 sort of back south. You can see the shape, so we're basically coming on downwind. We fly the downwind leg. I might take us a bit further out. We'll fly the autopilot path and we'll just take it from there. Once again, just to show you on the flight maps. Let's look at our map settings. I just want to actually turn on. Just do satellite, that'll be better. And airport's turned on, good. So you can see the downwind Cease and desist your shenaniganisation, please. This is Ostrava, this sort of area. This is it here, sorry. Yeah. So that's what we want to come in over. So we want to come in over this area. The area I want to show you guys, that's Milasha Sea Coddy. That's which we were talking about earlier. That's Banyik. Again, cool childhood memories. You can stand here. It's obviously a disused football ground now. But you could look in and watch the football games going on. They put big screens up there before, I think it was Iron Maiden played in Ostrava. And on this street here, as we've looked in previous MSFS videos, is my grandma's house. That's a children's home. That's not my grandma's house. Yeah. That's a big water treatment area. That's the water tanks for it. It's quite a big area, that actually. Anyway, sorry. And that there was the nursery school my sister went to when she was little. So we're going into back serve. We'll drop the range to 40-mile ranges, which is fine. So we're nailing the altitude now, basically. And yeah, we're dropping down through this cloud. Like you see, it just looks weird, doesn't it? It's too twinkly. It looks like water. We'll have a look what happens when we drop through it. But this has been a really good little flight. We've used what we took off about 8 tons. We've now got how much fuel on board? Bear in mind, we've done an RTO. 3 tons. We used 5 tons for 10 hours flight, so 2 hours flying time with an RTO. That's pretty well done, as far as I'm concerned. Pretty well done. Right, our crossbreed valves are on sail crossbreed to keep us straight. APU bleed will stay off for now. Everything, basically, I'm just turning the APU on so I don't have to do it on the ground. Okay, landing briefing. We're doing the LS22 approach into Ostrava today, or into Moshnov. We are going to be doing decision at 500 feet. At that point, I'm going to take over and hand fly the aircraft, and we'll land onto the runway. Our auto brake, that's going to be set for medium because we're going to vacate about halfway down and vacate left to get to our desired parking area. We've got the speed brakes already on for the landing. Our flaps, they're going to we'll start deploying those as we drop down, and it's going to be a flat full landing today. Approach speed is going to be 135 knots. We'll come in over the threshold at that, and just let the speed decay from there. Give us a few extra knots, especially as we're landing with a slight tailwind component today. Any questions? Nope. Okay. So the airspeed is dropping down. We're going to get below 260 knots, down to front 250, and we'll drop down and end up under the approach path. Got a bit of weather there to be concerned about. I'm actually going to tilt the radar down slightly on my side. So I'm going to go for a yeah, elevation down about 3 or 4 degrees. It's good to be aware of that precipitation. It's right over the airfield. It's amber band though. I'm not really too concerned, to be honest with you. We'll be fine. So we'll just keep that descent going. I'm going to aim for 4,000 feet now. What's our initial out for the approach? 5,500. Yeah, we'll do 4,000. And we'll just aim for that. So the aircraft's obviously planning to need to decelerate, but I already had it slowed down, so it's fine. We're just slowly decaying the speed because we're descending very slowly. But yeah. Oh, Mike Tango 804 waypoint. So we're checking in with ATC now. Good afternoon, Ostrava Tower. Ostrava approach, sorry. It's Easy Fat 15 Charlie with you, descending through flight level 9845, correction for 4000, with you for the ILS-22 approach. What we'll do for this landing actually is I'm just going to do a proper landing and do the approach properly basically, and I want to actually get my gear page up just so you guys can see, oh, the wheel page, there we go, what temperature the wheels get to during the landing rollout, so you guys can watch them down there. You can watch them for me, yes, that's how this works. So we're descending good, we're on trend, so I'm going to reduce that to 20 miles of range now. Yeah, that's obviously the cloud in front of us. I'm going to keep our speed nice and high until we get below it, until we refresh away from it. But like I say, we're now over the point where high trim would be any consideration, or any concern I should say, so I'm actually going to plug 5,000 in just as a safety measure on the approach, because that should be... I'm actually also trying to just see what's going on around us. Dismiss. Airports. Moshnov. Charts. Approach. ILS-22 please. I just want to have a look at it in relation to what our altitude at the start of the approach is. They want us at 3,000. Fine, have it your way. What altitude's Moshnov at? Okay, so coming at 2,000 feet, basically 2,200. Fair enough. I retract my complaint. It's only 844 feet, not that much higher than Newcastle, where we took off from about 500 foot higher. So, but we'll drop down, and what we'll do on this phase here, we'll drop just like we'll take over managed speed. In fact, I should be able to do that, and then set selected, which we can then just use to maintain our speed at 30 knots, which is fine. Let's just play, just make sure it's still working. I may actually upload this arrival as like one of my random weekend videos. So if you're watching this, actually, you know what, sod it. If you're watching this, hello. If you're watching this, hello. This is actually being recorded as a live stream right now. So I am aiming to be doing live streams. They'll be done through the week, every week. Probably on a Wednesday night is the night I'm looking at most likely for it. But I'll come up with a concrete plan. And those are going to be of some flights. So this is a flight, or an approach and landing I should say, from my going home for Christmas flight. So we're landing into Moshnov in the A321 LR by INI Build, which is one of the default aircraft I should say, sorry, that comes with MSFS 2024. I've now finally figured out the nose wheel issues, and yeah, we're here to do some flying. So like I said, we're coming downhill, we're 45 seconds in to the recording, but we are now rounding the circuit to final, It's an ILS-2 to approach for those of you playing along at home. Got Navigraph charts up and everything for this. So once we level off at 3,000 feet, I'm going to drop this speed to about 2,000. No, we'll see what we drop the speed to. I should be dropping out of the clouds, of course. There we go. What I'll actually do is I'll really quickly pause the game, just check out, put my weather to clear, which is my default. So we are actually approaching the city. Hang on. Oh no, we're over the city. Just figuring out where I am. Yes, I know where we are. That, well, this area here is Pufedi. Not Pufedi. Sort of Cordova almost. Just the visibility is so low, man. It's that Ostrava smog, folks. It's that Ostrava smog. As we fly final over the city in that downtown environment. I'm going to put my speed to 210 knots. Now that we're stable, or I'll start at least. 210 is our green dot speed, which is basically the minimum manoeuvring speed without putting flap out. And I'm going to deploy the first stage of flap soon. That is the river, but we're not over the city centre. That's the Odra, or the Oder River. So Odra. River. And we're over sort of downtown Ostrava here. Our winds are about calm here, aren't they? 23 knot tailwind. Yeah, we'd have a problem if that went away. Make a bit of noise as you come in. That's the chess arena, I think. I don't actually think we're going to see the city centre today. I think they're much more direct than normally. Oh well. That's cool, but that's going to be a thumbnail for this rival. Proper little P Super we're in today, eh? Oh yeah, this is spin-off. We are basically further east than I thought we would be. Fair enough. We're not going to see it. I'll probably show it to the stream, the areas that are of interest to me at least. As we turn our final now, I'm going to turn on ILS symbology, turn LS mode on, and oh dear God, help. Right, on ILS 1, urgently. What is our frequency? I didn't check that the aircraft had plugged it in, but it hasn't. Awkward. Piss off with that, thank you. Arrival, no, approaches I want. Fucking approaches. Jadak. Approach. ILS-22. Thank you. I don't want any transit. I just want to look at the sodding charts. I'll have to do. And it's charts, approach, ILS-22. It overlays it into this, but the frequency I want is 110.985. Oh, game, you bastard. And the final approach course is 22 degrees. It's picked it up. Oh. Oh dear. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to. What we'll do is, because we are at a safe elevation, we know that. I'm going to set our to 1221, which is fine. You'll do your side when you get a second. I know that much about you. And I'm going to change us to set selected. And I'm basically just going to do a circle to the right, because we are too high. There's no use me trying to chase the approach angle here. But this is why checklists exist, folks. This is why checklists exists. Checklists exist, even. Yeah, we are right over the airfield, 0.0 miles range. If I, for one quick second, I'm going to flap one out. And we'll quickly show where we are in relation to the world. I'm going to be doing this sort of switch a lot. Oh, help, no. Game, you bastard. It's like 11, well, 12:28. I'm not going to change everything in the world. Sorry about that. But there's the airfield. So we literally got right over the top. There was no use trying to change. Trace that approach angle. We'll let the aircraft roll out. And then we're going to turn on to basically the reciprocal of 220. Folks, just due to some concerns with constraints with the airfield, we weren't able to land their first attempt, so we're going to attempt to land again. We are just going to be circling around to the north, and we'll be landing a second time. Nothing to be concerned about at all today, folks. Just a standard bit of ATC miscommunication going on there. All right. I've talked about the airfield there. I don't know what that race circuit is. I've talked about the airfield at Ostrava. So obviously, if you look at Ostrava Airport, or Moshenov, where am I in relation to it? There it is. You can see some dispersal points there. They're obviously disused now. But back in the day, Ostrava used to be a military airbase. And if you watch the MSFS video, my MiG-15 story, after this stream, or after this video, that is the video in which I talk about walking into an aircraft museum in Scotland and seeing an aeroplane with the logo of Ostrava painted on it, which was a really strange experience. Hyundai factory. What do we got? So, those cooling towers have not helped. That's Portobello, I think. No, I know that. So, it's Friedeck we're aiming for. I'm in looking at completely the wrong town today. Awkward. Awkward. No, it can't be, because that's... No, that river's wrong. This is Friedeck. So further up this way is Ostrava. Our range now is suitable for us to basically re-approach the airfield. So I'll put us back on live weather. Back into the pea soup we go. And we'll turn ourselves onto our downwind leg. I'll now turn us to 180 knots. You can see we're starting to get semblances of the ground today. We've got flap 1 extended, which is fine. That's about all we need for right now. The speed starts dropping off rapidly because obviously we've got quite a bit of alpha going on. We'll put flap 2 out now. And that's just to get us a bit less alpha basically. So it makes the wing bigger. And because we've got more lift, we've got less angle of attack going on to generate more lift. So reduce the angle of attack. We will still be coming down the approach path with a few degrees of nose up on, but not enough to cause anyone any concerns today. So we are now crosswind leg. I'm actually going to do that like that. And what I'll do, I'm going to arm the approach mode now. I just want to see if it actually takes intercept off this. But I'm going to make sure we are at a true right angle to the approach path, because when we're not that much lower than we need to be basically. And what I can actually do is, so we've got low start, so we're now capturing the localizer. And what we can do as part of that is set that to that and just set a descent. There you go, got glide slope capture now. Perfect. So now capturing both the localizer and the glide slope. So we'll set our speed to 160 knots as we take over to that point of the flight. We're now at 6 mile range. So you can see the speed drops off yet further still. What I'm actually going to do is stay at flap 2 and 160 knots until 5 miles. At 5 miles, we'll go flaps down and we'll actually take our approach. Has the wind increased massively? No, 3 degrees at 8 knots on the surface still, so it's still... yeah. So it's still at a point that we should have no major factors from it. But we're now at that 5 mile range ring, so what I'm actually going to do is to put us back to the correct thing there. I'm going to select flap 3. I'll select our landing gear down. Now I'm going to put landing gear down, cabin signs there checked, and flaps full, that'll be coming on momentarily. Our landing gear is extended, which will probably start chilling the gear again. And, or coming extended I should say. And now we're at 4 miles, so what I'll do, because we're approaching 1,000 feet, I'm going to slow to our approach pace now, which is 135 knots. It is raining, judging by the sounds today.
1,000.
Okay, focusing back on the flight. When I go flap full, and we should see the blower envelope extend there as we get our full flap component available to us. Yes, that is now there now. Good. And so a cabin check. We've received it verbally, so we're basically cleared for the approach now. So we're now letting the aircraft sort us out for the final stage there. I can see the pappies, I can see the root ring rabbits. We're going to continue the landing because we've got the runway in sight. Roger, continue. Autopilot off, Emily is in control.
Minimum.
Continue landing.
400. 300. 200.
Okay, a bit low. A bit left of centre, but oh well. Not a showstopper. What are you complaining about? I'm high. According to one side... Yeah, I am high. That's fine, though.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10. Retard. Retard.
Bit of a floater, but oh well. It's a really long runway here at Ostrava, so it's fine. There we go. Air brakes kick on. So everything kicks on, sorry. 60. Oh. That's awkward. Reverse throttle, please. Thank you. Oh well, I've missed my turn off. Most awkward. There we go, though. Like I said, bit of a PC on the way in, but we've made it. Welcome to Ostrava Airport in the Czech Republic. You can get a V52 in here if you wanted to, so like I say, you can see we look tiny on this runway. God. I'll speak to Coach, I'll try and get us to stand down. We'll vacate that, we'll be fine. Let's do our after landing items. So after landing, turn the runway. We'll disarm the speed brake. Set our flaps to the up position. Autopilot off is fine. I'll hit the disconnect switch there, which clears it off there. Oh, we have our landing lights on. That's embarrassing. I'll turn the APU bleed on now. I'll open the cross bleed valve. And we'll be turning... Yeah, we'll just turn left on our way over here. That's quite cool. So I actually managed to bind both the rudder and throttle to the same axis on my controls. So we can actually manoeuvre this thing on the ground now. Oh, the joys, eh? Right, Kutel. And then we said what sort of C5 would be our ideal. So we'll go gate. And we'll go do gate 5, please. Nope. And we'll do Menzies, because Czech Airlines is no longer a thing, which is very sad. So it's no longer a service air who dispatched us today. There we go. So doing our taxi in, we'll just put our taxi light on. And our turn off light on. It's pretty dark under the cloud, isn't it? What's that? Oh wow, light 410. That's old. You got a little... So there is actually a railhead here, but I don't believe they take intermodal. I'm not sure what that railhead's used for. I know Pendo's been down it, because again, that's a scenario released to the Trains and Community website. They do NATO days here, which is how the B-52's been here and how the Pendo's been here. Basically, it's they take over the airfield for the weekend and do a military air show. And you get some really good stuff. You get buffs, well, a buff. KC-135, refueling Grippins, doing a fly past, awesome stuff like that. I'm not too sure it is raining, to be honest. I'm just gonna... No, it is. It's raining ever so slightly. I'm going to turn that off because that's just needlessly aggressive. There we go. I'm really hoping... Okay. I know where I am. I think. So, those are multi-floor buildings as far as I'm aware. like I say, this is a full military base. So over on the far side there, there's like an industrial park now, which is in all the old like barracks buildings. It's quite cool. Anyway, 15 knots. We're doing our taxi over. So our pressure was actually a little bit off, wasn't it? It's more should have been 1023, 1022. A little bit off, not massively. Let's get our updated. 1021 according to that still. Fair enough. But yeah, that was a real piece super on that arrival. It was really good to actually have the confidence, be able to like rebuild that confidence, I guess, in the aircraft. Because I've not had to do sort of flying like that for a long time. And, you know, I think it went okay. Obviously, didn't have the landing lights on, embarrassing, but not a showstopper. Especially when, at the end of the day, guys, it is a video game. Remember that. It's a goddamn video game. Goddamn you all. GSX. Free this parking from AI, just making sure it's nice and free. Yep, it was good. Okay, dokie, folkly doozies. We are back. We are arriving into. We'll kick us over into standby mode since we're on the pull to stand now. Okay, folks. Oh, and we need our weather radar off. Weather radar off because we're now on stand. So, I'm putting on the stand and we don't want to radiate the ground crew. Although it is non-ionizing radiation, all we're doing is cooking them a little bit, but they're probably against being cooked. We'll be going in next to that Embraer, apparently. Ostrava Airport. ATIS information, Charlie. Apron Central. Using a bit of power to keep going. We're one of the bigger aircraft they get here today, you know? Yeah, no, it wants me where that Embraer is. Can I put free this parking from AI again, please? There we go. Fuck's sake, game! Right, so judging off the fact that my thingy guy is there, my marshal will be where that A330 nose is. I'm going to basically pull in right behind that A330, hit the command. That must be a wing walker. Oh, puck you, game. Puck you. And free this parking from AI. It's now my spot. Oh, I've got no idea where my marshal is, though. Right, you know what? Sod it. I can't tell. I think it's actually there, just... Oh, no, there they are. You know what? Stuff it. Actually, no. Since I can see them, I'll taxi towards them. Let's do this thing. So she's saying turn right. Or they are saying turn right. So... Working on it, man. Basically, need to line myself on her. It's 3, 2, 1.5. And I'm going to start the turn now to align myself on her. Because I'm actually okayly centered. I'm not sure what that signal's meant to bloody mean. Okay, come right. Come left. You know what? 0.4, 0.4. I will take that given the level of shenanigans that happened during that taxiing. Engine off and off. That off, off. Wait for the N2 to drop below 35%. That's 20s now, so we can now turn our beacons off. Turn our seatbelt signs off. AP is taking care of the aircraft. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ostrava. And it is snowing.
The boarding requested.
Just in time for that white Christmas. Ba-doo, ba-doo, ba-ba, ba-boo-da, boo-da, boo-da. I didn't turn my turn off, so all my landing lights off, which is, I guess, fine. All my cargo doors are opening. I'm getting pallets of cargo off for everyone. All those late notice Christmas presses getting home in time. Let's actually watch our punters actually disembark the aircraft. That'll be fun. I call passengers at work punters as well. Okay, you can deal with it.
Passengers bus is coming.
So I think you see them get off, right? I hope you do at least. Unless like one person gets off. Oh no, a bus is coming. Oh wow. I mean, there's actually a walkway. That's literally immigration right there. I've been to this airport before. This part's new build. It used to be that part. So actually that's immigration there, sorry. Baggage and loading is nearly done. So you can see I've got 2 jet container pallets coming off.
Passengers boarding starting.
And the passengers now disembarking. If like one person gets on this single bus, I'll be depressed. Now I've got our cabin crew at the top of the steps. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. But honestly, that was a really cool flight. I'm glad you guys joined me for that. Fine, I bet you all like it. Take a screenshot through the window, eh? Waving through a window. Oh look, they're getting off. I mean, they clipped through. Oh no, they're clipping. They're actually getting off fine. That's. Please no. Please don't tell me it's just 2 people getting off my flight. But luggage is off now. Honestly, guys, I really enjoyed that. I hope you did too. We look great here with our friends in the ATRs. The ATR 72. It is the plane for me and you. Mind you, those short sleeves, man. That is the most British thing ever. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your Christmas. Have a great one.